It's kind of wild.
Hmm.
When you think back just a short time ago,
Yeah.
bringing even like a simple creative idea to life. It meant juggling collaborators, needing specific skills.
Oh, absolutely. And the budget. Always the budget.
Exactly. But wow, the game has just completely changed, hasn't it? And a big part of that change is AI, this intelligent tech.
For sure.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into the creative world of Swetlana AI.
Yeah.
She's a writer, a creator who's not just like dabbling with AI.
No, not all.
She's actually building her whole creative process around it,
Yeah.
using it to make her ideas happen.
Right. And our goal here for this deep dive is to really get under the hood of her approach. How does Swetlana AI weave artificial intelligence into her daily work? We're going to look at the specific tools she uses, her methods, especially as a writer and creator integrating this stuff, and really her whole philosophy on where human creativity fits in now.
And this isn't just theory, right?
Yeah.
We're getting this straight from her.
Exactly. It's all based on Swetlana AI's own explanations of how she works.
That's great.
Yeah.
And she's not just talking about, she's doing it. Like she runs 3 YouTube channels, all AI powered.
Yep. Music, podcasts, and her main channel where she actually shares these insights we're talking about.
Wow. So music, podcasts, videos, it really shows the huge range AI is touching now.
It really does. And one of the biggest shifts, I think, that Swetlana highlights, particularly for creators turning ideas into something real, is this incredible democratization AI offers.
Democratization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. What does she mean exactly?
Well, she gives this perfect little example. Imagine wanting to make a music video based on like an inside joke you have with friends.
Okay, yeah.
Just a year or so ago, that would have been a huge deal, right? You might need to hire musicians, maybe a videographer, an editor.
Or spend ages learning all that software yourself.
Exactly. The time, the effort, the cost.
Right. But Svetlana's point is AI just smashes that barrier down.
It really does. Now, maybe the main skill you need is just some basic video editing. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. She even mentioned small businesses, didn't she? Making commercials.
Yeah, that was a great point. Something that might have cost, what, $15,000 not that long ago? Now it's potentially way, way cheaper and faster to produce something compelling.
Incredible. So what's actually in her toolkit? What specific AI is she using day to day as a writer and creator?
Okay, yeah, she gives us a good look for her podcast stuff, especially getting like the voiceover generated or pulling discussion points from sources. She uses Notebook LM. That's a Google tool.
Notebook LM.
Okay.
And it's free.
Yeah, it's free. And what's cool is it can take info from PDFs, websites, even just text you paste in, and then generate audio overviews or summaries from it.
So it's more than just text-to-speech. It actually synthesizes the info.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
She tells this story, creating an entire podcast video basically while having her morning coffee.
Get out. Seriously.
Yeah, it just shows how fast these tools can get you from like 0 to a first draft.
Wow. Though I assume she still puts her own spin on it, right?
Yeah.
Refines the topics, handles the editing.
Oh, absolutely. It's a starting point, a powerful one, but her expertise is still crucial.
Okay. And what about music? You mentioned she does AI music too.
Right. For music generation, she talks about Suno. That's her preferred one right now.
Suno. Okay.
She mentions Udio as another good option, but says Suno, well, it's architecture or something. It handles harmonies in a way that fits the kind of music she likes making, gives her more emotional control, maybe.
Interesting. So even within AI music, there are these nuances creators look for. It's not one size fits all.
Definitely not. It depends on your artistic goals.
And videos.
Yeah.
Generating the actual moving pictures.
Yeah, that space seems really packed. She lists Runway, Luma, Kling AI, just as examples, tools that make video from text or images.
So turning descriptions into actual scenes.
Exactly, stuff that used to be super expensive and time-consuming. But importantly, she doesn't say, use this one.
Right.
Her advice is basically, go watch comparison videos on YouTube. See which tool's output matches the look and feel you want for your project.
Smart. Makes sense. What about still images?
Also lots of options there. She uses ideogram. Apparently, it's good at putting text into images, which can be tricky.
Oh yeah, I've seen AI struggle with text.
Right. And she mentions Revy and Grok for celebrity images specifically. Leonardo.ai, too.
Yeah, okay.
And she's using ChatGPT and Sora more now, especially for like that Ghibli animation style or comic book panels.
Wait, so she moved away from Mid-Journey. That's usually seen as like the top tier one.
Yeah, and her reason is fascinating. She said Mid-Journey makes these super polished images.
Too perfect.
Kind of. She said she was looking for something more wild and unexpected for certain projects.
So it really comes down to artistic taste, doesn't it? Not just which one is technically best.
Exactly. Depends on your style, what you need the image for.
Okay, so she generates images, music, video. What about voiceovers? Getting the word spoken.
For that, she uses 11 Labs, says they have a really wide range of voices to pick from.
11 Labs, got it. And then making the characters talk, lip syncing.
Yeah, the lip sync. She prefers Hedra for that. She mentioned testing it against Kling AI and Heijen for a specific project.
And Hedra won out.
For her needs in that case, yeah. Better results, which again shows how she's constantly testing, comparing, picking the right tool for the specific job. It's an iterative thing.
It sounds like it. But, listening to all these tools,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
But what's the big takeaway? Is it just about the tech?
Not at all. And this is Svetlana's core message, really. It resonates with me, too. In this age where AI can do so much of the making,
Yeah.
the real value, the thing that makes content stand out is the human idea behind it. The originality, the thoughtfulness.
Okay. So the tech is powerful, but the idea is paramount.
Precisely. And she actually advises against just going to ChatGPT, say, and being super vague. Like, don't just ask it to write a song about food.
Right, because you'll get something generic.
Exactly. It'll technically do it, but it won't have that spark, that, unique angle that comes from your brain, your experiences.
So what does she suggest instead? How do you get better ideas into the AI?
She's really big on doing the human work first. Like, take time to journal, think about dreams, conversations you've had, random thoughts. Really flesh out your concept before you prompt the AI.
So develop the core idea yourself.
Yeah. Infuse it with your details, your perspective. She gave that great example. Instead of song about food, she evolved it to something like, write a song about a hot dog that's been in the fridge for 2 days. Describe its subjective emotional state.
Huh. Okay, that's way more specific. And probably gets a much more interesting result from the AI.
You bet. That detail makes all the difference. And this ties into what she calls taste and curation.
Taste and curation, meaning?
Meaning you need to know what you're trying to say. What's the core message? The purpose. AI can generate tons of stuff, but the human creator needs that guiding vision, making sure the end result actually works,
Right. You're the director, essentially.
Sort of, yeah. And she warns against just hitting automate on everything without thinking about why you're making it.
That's how you get, what did she call it? AI slop.
Exactly. AI slop, content that's just there. No substance, no originality. She contrasted like boring AI dragon scenes that just copy movies.
Yeah, we've all seen those.
With something like that AI or Die Karen trailer, which had real narrative punch, even though it was AI generated. The difference, a strong initial human idea and careful curation.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So how does this all come together in practice? Did she give an example of her making something start to finish?
She did, a really clear step-by-step example. She created this short news video about a fictional fancy product accidentally hitting a grandma.
A fancy product hitting a grandma. Okay, tell me more.
It's a great illustration of her whole process as a writer and creator using these tools.
Okay, let's break it down. The idea itself sounds quirky.
It is. That's the starting point. This trendy fancy product falls, hits a grandma, but then it has this funny happy ending. Grandma's okay, gets a free product.
Okay, I like it. That unexpected twist.
Right. That blend of bizarre incident and positive outcome makes the concept itself interesting. So that's step one, the human idea.
Then the visuals.
Yep, image generation. She needed a news set, a news anchor, and the grandma. So she generated options for each.
Multiple options.
Yeah, she didn't just take the first thing. Generated a few versions of the grandma, for instance, and picked the one that felt right for the story's tone. That selection process is key.
Okay, then the script. Did she just tell ChatGPT, write a news story?
No, remember her advice. Be specific. She gave ChatGPT a detailed prompt. Describe the fancy product in its white box, how it fell, hit the grandma, and the specific happy resolution with the free product.
Loading it up with the key details.
Exactly. That guides the AI much better.
So ChatGPT writes the script, then what? Voiceover.
Yep. She took the ChatGPT text, tweaked it a bit herself, editing for pacing and tone, then fed it into 11 Labs to generate the news anchor's audio. Picked a voice that fit.
Okay. And the lip sync, making the anchor image actually say the words.
That's where Hedra came in. She uploaded the anchor image and the 11 Labs audio file, and apparently it worked really well. The first line she shared was, "In a bizarre yet heartwarming turn of events, a fancy product Yes, the viral item everyone's been unboxing online tumbled off a third-floor windowsill this morning.
Wow, that sounds pretty seamless.
Yeah, and then to add more visual interest, she animated the image of the grandma using a video generator tool.
So bringing the grandma picture to life a bit, too.
And finally, the finishing touches, added some background music, maybe a little news show, intro graphic or something.
Right, to sell the news report feed.
Exactly. And the final snippet she shared really sums it up. In a bizarre yet heartwarming turn of events, a fancy product, yes, the viral item everyone's been unboxing online, fell off a third-floor windowsill this morning and struck an unsuspecting grandmother. Witnesses say the white box spun midair like something out of a commercial before landing squarely on 76-year-old Irma Klein's shoulder. Doctors confirmed only a minor bruise. The makers of Fancy Product personally visited Irma, apologizing and gifting her a complimentary fancy product. Irma told reporters she's excited to finally find out what all the fuss is about, joking that next time I'd prefer a coupon.
That's great. It really shows how you can take a funny little idea and use these tools to build it out pretty quickly into a finished piece.
Totally. From concept to content relatively easily.
Now, despite all this automation, especially with AI video tools getting better, she had some specific advice about editing, didn't she?
She did, and it's really interesting. She strongly advises creators to actually learn and practice video editing skills.
Even with AI editors coming online.
Yeah. Her reasoning is twofold. First, she believes human editors still achieve better, more nuanced results right now, more creative control.
Okay.
And second, she just thinks it's a rewarding skill to develop personally. Even if AI can do the basics, there's value in mastering the craft yourself.
That's solid advice.
Oh.
Looking ahead, did she mention any potential downsides or challenges with this AI-driven creativity?
Yeah, a couple of things. One is just managing all the digital stuff. You end up generating so many files, images, video clips, music tracks, audio takes. Keeping it all organized could become a real headache.
Oh, I can see that. Digital clutter on a massive scale.
Pretty much. And the other challenge is distraction.
How so?
Well, there's so many tools, many of them free or cheap, popping up all the time. It's easy to get sidetracked constantly trying the next big thing instead of actually focusing on creating.
All right, shiny object syndrome, but for AI tools.
Exactly. So managing your attention, she thinks, is going to be increasingly important for creators in this landscape.
Okay, so wrapping this up, thinking about Swetlana AI's whole approach.
Yeah.
What are the main takeaways for, the writers and creators listening?
Well, I think first, it's clear. Embrace AI. It's a super powerful toolkit for bringing ideas to life. Don't be afraid of it.
But don't just rely on it.
Exactly. Prioritize your human ideas. Develop them. Make them unique, thoughtful. That's the foundation. The AI is the amplifier, the executor, maybe.
And her process seems very experimental, iterative.
Totally. Trying different tools, refining prompts, generating options, curating. It's not a linear path. It's about playing and discovering what works.
Yeah, that democratization point comes back too. AI really does lower the barrier, lets you try things out quickly.
It absolutely does. Rapid prototyping, bringing visions to life with way less friction than before. Her journey really highlights that potential.
So that leaves us with a final thought for everyone listening. How could AI boost your creative work? Doesn't matter what field you're in, really.
Yeah, what unique ideas have you got bubbling away? Things that maybe seemed too complex or expensive before.
Could these tools be the key to finally making them happen? It's about finding that sweet spot, isn't it?
Definitely. Balancing AI's power with your own indispensable creative vision, that seems to be the challenge and the opportunity.